Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to our GQuat channel. GQuat is an acronym. It stands for Garden, Quilt, and Art Traditions. What we are doing today is making chow chow. I am 72 years old, almost 73. I have 6 living generations now. I was also alive the 7th generation back with my grandparents. They're both gone now. And I have photos with the 8th generation, my great grandma Hope. So all of our recipes are passed down through the family, through the years, but none of them were ever written down. I've been canning, oh my goodness, over 50 years. And from my head, what I remember seeing my grandmothers do, my aunts, everyone else. So grab a pencil and paper, your journal, something to write on. The hardest thing about this recipe will be chopping up the ingredients. One thing I do want to say though, if you need something by way of reference for canning in general, this is sort of the canning Bible. It's a ball canning and preserving book, but I'll have to tell you, it's written very, very small. I've only owned this one in the last several years. What I use is a page size enlarger magnifier so that I can hold it in front of any book and read it easily. You know, anybody who's canning over the age of 40, you need glasses, or you will soon. Just saying, you know, no offense. Okay, if you've got something to write on, I was just chit-chatting while you could go and get something. This is the southern style of making chow chow. I did not grow up in a rich family. We didn't have extra ingredients like people put in their chow chow now, some of which I will mention at the end. So this is the general recipe to make one shipment, one allotment of chow chow. You are going to need, as far as vegetables, 6 cups of chopped green tomatoes. We always got our tomatoes at the end of the year when the frost hit. Whatever was green on the vine, that's what we used. We didn't go intentionally get green tomatoes unless it was to fry them. You need 5 cups of bell peppers. I chose red, yellow, orange, and green for mine because I wanted to make it kind of cute since I had to show it to you guys. 10 cups of chopped cabbage. You can use whatever cabbage is in your garden. I didn't have any. I went to the farmer's market. I used 3 heads to make a double recipe. So if you want to double it like I did, and by the way, the yield for this recipe is 2 quarts or 4 pint jars, 8 half-pint jars, or 2-quart jars. So I will repeat the recipe. 6 cups of chopped green tomatoes, 5 cups of chopped bell peppers, 6 cups of chopped onions, and 10 cups of cabbage. What you're going to do is chop this up. I like to chop mine fairly small. You cover them with 2 tablespoons of salt. You can use the pink Himalayan salt, you can use kosher salt, or you can use pickling salt. Now, when you chop up all the vegetables, you put them in a large container. You don't use metal. This container is brought to you by Broke Farmer. He's one of the gardening channels that I frequent, and I won a $25 scholarship from him. And I went to Dollar Tree, brought some things intending to use them in the garden, and I had a couple of these that I didn't put holes in the bottom to use for gardening, and I used 2 of these to put each batch of my chow chow in. Okay, so I'm going to leave you for a little bit, go chop my vegetables. Actually, they're chopped now. I did mine yesterday because it's a 2-day recipe. Chop the vegetables, mix them together, put them in a glass or plastic containers with a cover overnight. You mix all the salt in, mix it up. Your hands are your best tools. I didn't use my hands because I have jewelry on, and all the little ingredients stick to your hands. So I put my little gloves on and mixed it up and put it in the fridge overnight. Okay, I will wait for you to do that, and we will come back for the next part. Okay, be right back. Now we're adding the sugar. You'll notice I'm using Domino pure cane sugar. It has 15 calories per teaspoon. Check the sugar that you're using. You can use any type you want, but most of the sugars, the ones you get in the blue bags at a big box store, those have 30 calories per teaspoon, actually double. Also, the Domino premium sugar, as tiny crystals, it dissolves faster. Okay, everybody, it's game time. The finished chow chow has simmered for 15 minutes. I'm going to put it in the jars and fill them to a 1/2 inch of cap space. Then I will take some vinegar and water, wash the rims off, wipe the rims off rather, and put the tops on finger tight, bring them over here, and put them in the water bath with 1 inch of water covering them. All right, we'll be back when that's done. Okay, it's hot and it's heavy, and I can't film and work at the same time. Okay, I'll be back.